February 14, 2025 Daily Bread. Daniel chapter 4, verse 28 through 37. Key verse 37. Nebuchadnezzar is humbled. All this happened to King Nebuchadnezzar. 12 months later, as the king was walking on the roof of the royal palace of Babylon, he said, "Is not this the great Babylon I have built as the royal residence, by my mighty power and for the glory of my majesty?" Even as the words were on his lips, a voice came from heaven. "This is what is decreed for you, King Nebuchadnezzar. Your royal authority has been taken from you. You will be driven away from people and will live with the wild animals. You will eat grass like the ox. 7 times will pass by for you until you acknowledge that the Most High is sovereign over all kingdoms on earth and gives them to anyone he wishes." Immediately what had been said about Nebuchadnezzar was fulfilled. He was driven away from people and ate grass like the ox. His body was drenched with the dew of heaven until his hair grew like the feathers of an eagle and his nails like the claws of a bird. At the end of that time, I, Nebuchadnezzar, raised my eyes toward heaven, and my sanity was restored. Then I praised the Most High. I honored and glorified him who lives forever. His dominion is an eternal dominion. His kingdom endures from generation to generation. All the peoples of the earth are regarded as nothing. He does as he pleases with the power of heaven and the people of the earth. No one can hold back his hand or say to him, "What have you done?" At the same time that my sanity was restored, my honor and splendor were returned to me for the glory of my kingdom. My advisors and nobles sought me out, and I was restored to my throne and became even greater than before. Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and exalt and glorify the King of heaven, because everything he does is right, and all his ways are just, and those who walk in pride he is able to humble. Daily Bread Message. When Nebuchadnezzar saw his royal city Babylon, he praised his own glory, majesty, and power. Then judgment was pronounced from heaven, and he was stripped of all his glory. He became insane and lived among the wild animals, eating grass for 7 years. The emperor resembled an eagle, with his long, white, unkempt hair and beard cascading down, his unclipped nails. Finally, he looked up to heaven and surrendered to God. His sanity was restored, and he praised God and gave glory to him. Nebuchadnezzar acknowledged that God does what he pleases, and no one can stop his hand or question his authority. Then his nobles sought him out and restored him to his throne, and he was greater than before. But he learned his lesson to only praise and exalt God, who does what is right. He also learned that God humbles the proud. What a hard way to learn. Let's be humble and praise God when we see our own version of Babylon. May we guard our lips and hearts to praise only Jesus for his love and his righteousness, and devote ourselves to do good. Prayer. Father, please forgive my proud lips and help me to exalt you only. One word: God humbles the proud and raises up the humble.